Hello and welcome to episode 68 of the Footy with Fletch podcast. I'm joined by Essendon AFLW young gun Steph Wales. Steph was selected by Essendon with pick 32 in the 2022 AFLW draft. She's played 31 AFLW games and kicked 7 goals. Hello Steph, thanks for joining me. How are you doing?
Hey Fletch, I'm good, thank you. Thanks so much for having me.
And I guess first things first, which footy team did you support growing up?
I'm actually a doggies fan. Yeah, me and my family, we've all chosen different ones. So I went with my grandpa with the doggies.
And what sports did you play growing up? Because I know that you've got a bit of a basketball background.
Yes, I do. Mostly basketball. I tried a few different ones, got into gymnastics for a bit, which was a bit rogue. That didn't go too well. But yeah, mostly basketball from probably the age of 5 to 17, 18, kind of when I got drafted, I stopped playing basketball. So I played that one all the way through. And then, yeah, just footy, picked it up at 13 and played that ever since.
So what was it like juggling footy and basketball?
It was awesome, honestly. I loved playing sports so much as a kid that, yeah, I just wanted, like, I would have played more sports if I could. I just wanted to go from game to game to game. So I absolutely loved it. It came with its challenges when, yeah, I started playing for Casey Demons and was playing for Nunawading Inspectors. And yeah, everything was starting to clash. Both trained on Tuesday and Thursday nights and both played on Saturdays and Sundays. So that's probably when it became the biggest challenge. And it was hard to feel like you weren't letting one or the other down, especially when, yeah, me and my sister were so trying to be so loyal to our basketball team. But obviously, this really cool opportunity was popping up with footy. It was really hard to, yeah, let them down and go play some footy and miss some games. But yeah, can't please everyone.
How did you sort of then end up making the decision to choose footy over basketball?
It was pretty, yeah, obvious in the end, I guess, just because of the huge opportunity AFLW offers. Yeah, I guess if I didn't get drafted, I probably would still be doing both. Just because I really did enjoy, yeah, playing the two of them together. Um, but yeah, it's just the opportunity, the amount of like people obviously that get an opportunity to play AFLW compared to basketball is probably the big one. But yeah, loved both of them equally. Footy is obviously, yeah, really good socially. Um, so yeah, kind of like didn't have to make the decision. The decision was made for me when I got drafted, but I definitely wanted that decision to be made.
And then you mentioned Lucy a little bit earlier. So you played footy with her at Casey, you played basketball with her. What was it like to then get drafted separately?
Yeah, it was a bit strange to be honest. Yeah, we hadn't really done too much apart. We, yeah, shared a car, literally did everything together. And then we went to, yeah, seeing each other on our off days. And we even trained on separate days at the start. So we went from basically doing everything together to, yeah, just seeing each other at nighttime or in the mornings. But it was really cool, like to be independent, have our own friends. Like I had my Essendon friends, Lucy had her Hawthorn friends. And it was really nice to like be individual for a bit. Yeah, I guess like we had done everything together, so we kind of merged our friends, everything like that. But yeah, it was nice to be different.
And then you mentioned the time with the Casey Demons in the 2022 VFLW season. You played 11 games for them. What was that experience like to play for Casey?
Yeah, honestly, that was yeah so much fun. So grateful to the Casey Demons for giving us a shot. Not really sure how we ended up there, but we did. Um, and yeah, it was so much fun. The girls were great. And the coaches were really big on, yeah, giving us a shot. And I guess they kind of let us know a few games in, like, you guys might be on the radar for the draft coming up. And yeah, that one took us by surprise a lot. But then, yeah, they're just like, they were so good at trying to get us exposure and trying to get us on the field so that other clubs could have a look at us. Yeah, very unselfish by our coaches at Casey to help us get drafted for sure.
And what clubs were keen on you in the lead up to the draft?
Well, it was a state-based draft then, so probably just a few Victorian ones. It all came very late. I reckon within the 2 weeks before the draft, I had all the interviews. I had nothing before that, and yeah, that was a really cool experience because it kind of went from not all that far before that. I hadn't even thought about the draft. Hadn't just maybe got a call from Casey Demons asking to come down, and then a few weeks later doing some interviews with AFLW clubs. That was really cool. And definitely, it just made me really grateful to Casey for giving us a shot because none of that would have happened without them.
It's a bit of a whirlwind as well because you didn't qualify for any under 18 talent programs with your footy. You played 1 year with Casey and then you were drafted in the same year. What is it like sort of reflecting on that whole year?
Yeah, honestly, crazy. Like sometimes I just forget like the actual journey that I had to get to the AFLW. But I guess in the moment I didn't really think about it because AFLW was never on my radar until a few months or probably a few weeks before I actually got drafted. So just playing basketball and footy locally, growing up, like that was all I wanted to do. I didn't want to seek it any further. I more wanted to pursue the basketball. And then it just kind of happened to all fall into place when I was 18. Um, it's a pretty cool journey. It's nice to see that, they still look elsewhere than just the normal pathway, I guess, and hopefully in the future they continue to.
And you were selected by the Bombers with pick 32 in the 2022 AFLW draft. What was it like to get drafted to the Bombers?
Yeah, honestly, awesome. I just wanted to go anywhere, but then arriving at the Bombers, I quickly realized that like this is going to be a lot of fun, and I want to be a part of this for a long time. And I think it's really cool being in that first season because now I think 4 years later, like still there and being able to see like the development of the team, but also like the culture because we really did start from scratch. So I really think that's like awesome to stay and be able to go, oh, year one, we look like this, but how good's this? Like 4 years later, where we've grown our culture and we've grown our game so much.
And you played in Essendon's first AFLW match, round one of season 7 against the Hawks at Marvel Stadium. A crowd of over 12,000 people there. What was it like to play in front of that size crowd?
Yeah, it was awesome. It was a really crazy experience. I obviously never even played really in front of anyone. And then to go in front of 12,000, obviously versus Lucy as well, and we had so much of our like family and friends come and watch. That was an unreal experience. Playing on Marvel itself was cool. Very cool atmosphere in there, and then just like to get the win as well. It was awesome.
And then you mentioned playing against Lucy. That was the only time that you've played against each other because she missed the 2023 game through injury. What was that experience like playing against Lucy?
Yeah, it was weird. I guess we were probably just more focused on the game. I reckon if we versed now, it'd be a little bit different. But because it was our first game, we were more, we were just doing our own thing. Don't think we really acknowledged each other too much. But we did have a practice match against each other actually last season, I think. Before the season started, which was fun. That was a bit more chirpy because, practice match.
And the Bombers got the win by 26 points. What was it like to get the win over Lucy as well?
Yeah, that was good as. That and it really set up our season, I guess. To just have a really good first season. I think we got 4 wins, which we were really proud of. But that was good. Definitely had the bragging rights. But then again, got over the wins, got over the losses pretty quickly.
And then in round 8 of season 7, you were nominated for the Rising Star after 21 hitouts and 7 tackles against Sydney. That was the first time you were nominated for the Rising Star Award. What was that like?
Yeah, that was pretty cool. It's just nice to have the girls like get around you, And obviously no one does it for the individual accolades or the praise, but yeah, it is nice to get a little bit of recognition after playing a good game. So yeah, it was definitely exciting, and we had a few over our first years of people from that I got drafted with get a Rising Star nomination. So yeah, that was cool to celebrate as a team.
And then in season 7, you played 10 matches, averaging 9.2 disposals, 13.1 hitouts. What did you make of your first season in the AFLW?
Yeah, I was pretty proud of the way I guess adjusted to AFLW. Obviously not having too much experience in like an elite environment at all. I think, I was mostly proud of the way I was able to, I think become like a meaningful player in the team, like socially and like make a lot of friends, and really like set the foundations for like 4 years later, how I feel like really cemented in like I guess our like social aspect of the team. And yeah, I feel like I have lots of friends and make good relationships and connections. So I think I was most proud of that from my first season. And then footy aspect, I was just proud of the way I gave it a crack. Hadn't had much ruck experience, and then kind of I guess got thrown in the deep end with a few injuries. I kind of just had to assume the role of the number one ruck, but I was really proud of the way that I just got on with it, learned heaps. Basically just soaked everything in.
Is it fair to say that at the start you didn't really like rucking and you've probably transitioned and grown to find a love for the role?
Yeah, I think I hadn't really had any experience in it. So I never, even at Casey, like I didn't really play in the ruck till probably the last game. I was a bit more of a utility around the ground. Um, but yeah, over the years, I've definitely grown to love it. I absolutely love the role, love being around the ball like that, and love like the competitiveness of two rucks, like going at it for a game, and just seeing out, I guess, that competition for the whole game. So yeah, definitely at the start was a bit iffy about it, but probably just because I didn't think I was very good at it. Um, and then I guess when you get better at something, you grow to like it a bit more.
Well, you've certainly grown into the role now, and looking at season 8, in round 4 you were nominated for the Rising Star Award for a second time, following a 19 disposal, 14 hit out game against the Dockers. What do you remember from that performance?
That was a good game by the team. I think we got on top of Freo by a bit. Um, I feel like that was just a really good team game, and I think we were able to control the ball. I remember probably individually just taking a few marks, which helped settle the ball. I think, taking contested marks is sometimes really valuable in our game because, it just allows you to go forward, get possession of the ball. Um, so, I think I just remember, a really good team game. And obviously it was nice to get the win.
And then round 8 in that season against West Coast, you had a career high 40 hitouts. What did you make of that performance?
Yeah, that one, I reckon there was just so many stoppages. There were so many opportunities to probably rack up some hitouts. We lost that one, which was a bit frustrating because I feel like we just left our run a bit late, and tried to make up ground towards the end of the game. But definitely felt like in season 8 I was able to really like assert myself as a ruck in the competition. Probably was just finding my feet in season 7, and then season 8. Really felt like I was a valuable member of the team and was able to contribute in a way that they wanted the Rock to.
And then in season 8, you played 11 games, averaging 11.9 disposals, 21 hitouts. What did you sort of make of your second season in the AFLW, and what were some of the big things that you've learned?
Yeah, I was really proud of my second season. And probably just the way that I grew more in the role. And I think just having more games under my belt was the key to that. Like it wasn't anything special. It was honestly just, some more games. But I think I mostly just learned a lot about how I best prepare for games and what I want to tick off throughout the week and preseason to make sure like I feel ready with whether that's like vision, lots of recovery. Like I like to feel prepared for games. So I'm always researching who I'm coming up against, and I want to be across as much as I can before a game. And I think I really like learned that about myself in season 8 so that I can carry that through for my career because I really did notice a difference when I probably didn't do as much homework or didn't feel the best. Yeah, I definitely didn't perform as well as I would have liked to.
And you sort of mentioned watching the vision. What do you sort of look at when you're going back and watching vision of not just yourself, but of other opponents that you might come up against in the next couple of games?
Yeah, usually nothing fancy. Honestly, just like how their midfield structure works, how the ruck is looking to, yeah, win their hit outs, I guess. Are they a good jumper? Are they better at bodying up? And then kind of looking at that for a bit, but then fully like transforming it into like how am I going to combat that? Like bringing my strengths, but also like thinking, okay, if they've got me on the leap, like how could I like maybe mid game like change up what I'm doing, um, yeah, to challenge them a bit more. But yeah, just more having like a few things that I can fall back on of like, okay, that didn't work. What did I think about next, or what did I write down that I could maybe try.
And you finished third in Essendon's AFLW Best and Fairest in 2023. What did that mean to you?
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. I had no expectation or inkling that that was going to happen at all. But yeah, that was pretty cool because yeah, I felt like I really cemented myself that season. Um, and yeah, I guess that was some reward for it. But yeah, I feel like that season we had some really good individual performances, especially by like Bonnie and Mads. So they definitely were pretty inspiring on the field, especially, yeah, Bonnie just had a breakout season, basically marked everything that came her way, I reckon. So she was definitely inspiring. And yeah, I felt like we just had a really good season as a team that year. But yeah, it was definitely cool to get the third best and fairest and definitely came as a surprise.
And what's it like to play alongside Maddie Prasvarkas and Bonnie Toogood, two stars of the competition?
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. They're great people as well. Like they're always trying to help others learn. Very unselfish players. So it's really cool when you have two people like that that you can just ask questions, pick their brains. And obviously working with Mads in the mid closely, but then Bonnie's a taller player, so like I really find that I can learn heaps off both of them. Um, and probably me and Mads are more in a collaborative sense of how we're gonna I guess attack the midfield this year. And then Bonnie, I get a lot of like marking and bodywork stuff off her. So yeah, it's really awesome.
And then in 2023, the Bombers made finals for the first time, playing the Cats at GMHBA Stadium. The side unfortunately lost by 18 points. What were the big takeaways from that performance as a side?
I think first of all, just like finals experience was awesome. I mean, yeah, we definitely didn't play how we wanted to, but I think we all grew up, like learned a lot from that experience. I definitely like probably didn't quite expect like the feeling and like pressure that you get in a final, um, just from purely like it being a final. So that was an awesome like lesson to learn. And I think it definitely helped the girls who played in our final just gone against Freo. Um, like they definitely looked more prepared, and definitely gave it a better crack than probably what we did the year before, which could just be down to the experience, but also like we did grow a lot as a team, so it's probably a combination of things. Um, but yeah, obviously we didn't have a great game, but yeah, it was also cool to verse the Geelong Rock Whore. I think she was an awesome ruck, and obviously very tall. So it really makes your brain think about how you can beat someone who you definitely can't outreach, and what other techniques you can use.
And then in March last year, you signed a 4-year contract extension to remain at the Bombers until the end of 2027. How did that decision to sign on long term come about?
Yeah, honestly, it was a very easy decision. The club came to me and I had no question about doing it. I really wanted to stay at the Bombers, and like I was saying before, like it's so cool to see like the development of the team in 4 years. And yeah, I was thinking to myself like how cool at the end of 2027, like I can see how far we've grown because I was here in season 1 and I'll still be here. So yeah, I had no second thoughts about it. I just definitely wanted to sign. I think like the group that we've got and like the friends that I've built and like the social aspect of our team is really strong. And I definitely want to stay a part of it.
And then last season, you played 10 games, averaging 13.4 disposals, 23.4 hitouts. What did you make of your performances last season?
I was happy with my performances. Probably wasn't as consistently like influential in games as I probably wanted to be. Um, but I definitely felt like I was probably able to hit the scoreboard a little bit more than other seasons. So there was like, some positives and some negatives. But yeah, I felt like I worked really well with our midfield and we were able to, yeah, beat a lot of midfields and get the ball forward, which was nice. But yeah, was happy with my season, not overly pleased though.
And then, unfortunately, in round 9 last year against the Tigers in Darwin, you suffered an ACL injury. For those who might be unaware, how did that injury occur for you?
Yeah, that was in a rock stoppage, I guess, a boundary throw in. Was just holding my space and my knee kind of caved in.
What was your mindset like after that injury occurred?
Yeah, obviously initially like it sucks. Because I basically knew when I did it like that's the ACL. Like it was pretty obvious to me. So yeah, initially it's just like I guess like becoming like okay with the fact that you're gonna like be rehabbing a knee for the year and like probably also like coming to terms with the fact that like we were heading into the off season like 3 weeks later I think we were in the off season, um and I was really only getting surgery then and starting my ACL rehab journey, so being okay with the fact that this is probably going to be a bit more of a solo journey than um I would have hoped, and it was going to obviously take up lots of my off season, which I was more than happy to give up, if that meant that I could get back sooner, I guess. Um, but yeah, I've actually been really proud of like my mindset during it all. I've just been getting it done. Like that's just been kind of my mindset. Like get it done, get it done. Like yeah, it's actually been all right.
And how, you sort of touched on it a little bit, but how have you found the rehab?
Yeah, the physios and like medical team at Essendon are like awesome. Like I think it was so G Nance and Daz Bannister have also done their knees whilst at Essendon. And like the way that those two have come back gave me like so much hope, and also like trust in our rehab program because they've just come back stronger and better than they went out, honestly. And yeah, they've been awesome like players in our team, regardless of like their knee injuries. So honestly, like I had so much trust already in the rehab program that we have and the physios that we have. So it was basically just my mindset was like, I know that this is a solid rehab program. Like everything's set out for me. I have so many resources to use. Like I just need to use them and get it done. And also like have some fun whilst doing it. Like it was nice. Well, it's not nice for other people being injured, but there was a few that floated through the rehab program in the off season. So it wasn't like I did it completely alone. And just had a lot of really good conversations with them and the physios and stuff just to check in and also just like vent when I needed to.
And what does your sort of training and stuff look like at the moment? Because pre-season's returned, but you're obviously still rehabbing your knee. So what does your training look like?
Yeah, I'm really lucky that I'm at the stage where I am outside either running or doing change direction, the whole training. So I do feel for the girls who are injured and have to, go inside to the gym and probably aren't up to the phase where they can, run around the oval or do some change direction. So I still get to be around the girls, and get to do the warm up and stuff with them, which is nice. But then kind of just do some running on the outside, lots of change of direction to get used to coming back into play and being able to like react, I guess, to unexpected like people or the ball or whatever. yeah, and soon we'll start doing some non-contact stuff and integrating slowly back into training. But yeah, it's been a good journey so far, so I am keen to keep it going.
And when can we expect to see you return to the footy field?
Hopefully sometime this year. That's a plan. Um, yeah, not sure when. I think we'll get a better picture, maybe at the start of the season. But yeah, definitely planning on playing this season this year.
And then in April this year, you attended the Tiwi Islands alongside the AFLW coach Nat Wood and fellow AFLW player Matty Gay. What was that experience like and what did it entail?
Oh, that was such a good experience. Honestly, like once in a lifetime experience to get to Tiwi and also like get exposure to what we got to do and everything. So yeah, the purpose of the trip was to go up to Tiwi and help educate coaches because they have so little coaches and they all train so separately in their islands that the coaches are sometimes just players running some drills or sometimes there's no coaches, but basically, their coaching like standards are obviously quite low because they maybe only have a few good coaches that are all in the same community or coach a few teams, but then some teams don't have very good coaches. So it was basically about rounding up all the coaches and giving them some like small tips and education on like how they can improve their trainings and get the best out of their players. Um, with the same constraints that they still have. So it wasn't about like bringing all the players together to train because, yeah, those things like it's not going to happen every week. But it was about in their little trainings, in their communities, how can we have the coach that's there just be a little bit more educated and help the players be better, I guess. But yeah, that was a really cool experience. Was very lucky, yeah, to go up with Mads and Woody. Um, yeah, and honestly, just like connecting in with the community was probably the best bit. Just meeting a lot of new people, um, and being able to like see how they live, gives you a good perspective on life itself, and then obviously like gives you a really good perspective on like how like unserious footy can like and should be sometimes. Like sometimes it's just about having fun. Like we obviously do it for a job, but that doesn't mean you just can't have fun doing it as well.
And then earlier this year, you were named as the AFLW Academy coach at the Essendon Keilor College. How did that come about?
Yeah, that was just a cool opportunity that popped up for me because I'm studying a Master of Teaching at Deakin. Um, so that kind of went hand in hand. And they were looking for a coach and were kind of interested in it being someone who either wants to be a teacher or has teaching experience. Um, so yeah, that was awesome. Yeah, to just like do a cool little opportunity. I do some basketball coaching as well on the side. So I do love coaching and like helping, like basically, yeah, building relationships with younger people. I love doing that. But then seeing, yeah, how they can grow and develop quickly is awesome. So yeah, I do that once a week with them. And yeah, it's really good fun.
And you mentioned that you're studying teaching at uni. How have you found that so far?
Yeah, it's been awesome. I'm just in my first year of that because I've finished my bachelor of nutrition before that. So I've just started the teaching, which has been fun. It's definitely interesting. I did a placement a few weeks ago. Um, yeah, which was really fun. I'm really enjoying it, and yeah, keen to continue that for next year as well.
And I guess as well, you mentioned basketball coaching. Is coaching something that you'd see doing down the track in, say, 5 or 10 years, maybe being, I don't know, an AFLW, VFLW assistant coach, development coach?
Yeah, possibly. I've always enjoyed, just building relationships, I guess. And then just like being able to help people. I like doing that. So definitely, yeah, I've always been interested in coaching. It's always been something that I've done like since a young age, since I reckon I was 13 or 14. I've always coached a basketball team and now added the footy team. So yeah, definitely I'll always be interested, I think, in coaching.
And to some quirky questions now, what's your nickname around the club and how did that come about?
Nickname is Killer. That came about because my last name's Wales and I reckon it was on my first day ever at the club and I probably didn't say a word, but everyone was like, "No, your name can't be Wales. Like that's just so boring." And then I don't know who, but someone was like, "All right, killer whale." Like, and it's just stuck. Yeah.
And who's your favourite teammate at the club?
I'll have to go with Mia Bush. Yeah, love Bushy. We got drafted together, and have been really close ever since. And now we live together. So yeah, love Bushy.
Who's the funniest teammate at the club?
Oh, okay. I'll give this one to Sophie Alexander, Magic. Um, she's just she's hilarious. Always has been, and yeah, continues to just crack us all up.
Who do you think's the messiest teammate?
Oh, that would also have to go to Bushy. She, she's not too bad, but we share, like we're locker buddies. So yeah, sometimes her area extends out to mine, but that's all right.
Well, I interviewed Emily Goff last year, and she mentioned that Bushy or Mia always leaves her dirty coffee cups around the club. Is that true?
Yeah, still hasn't changed.
And who do you think have been the top five toughest rucks that you've played against?
Ooh, okay. Um, I'll go with Alice Edmonds last year. She was really good. Um, Lauren Balla. Um, she's always tough. She's got a very good leap in the centre bounce. I haven't really versed, I would say like Lucy and Ali Morfitt, but I haven't really versed them in a long time. And then I'll go one more, Talia Hickey. And Mim Strom, obviously. She was very good last year in round one. So yeah, big group of them.
Some fantastic rucks there. Is there anything that some people might not know about you?
Ooh. Um, maybe just recently I moved out of home for the first time. So I lived over the other side of the city, which I was trekking it out to Tullamarine for 3 years, driving usually like 45 minutes to an hour. So I've made the move over to Essendon side of the city, which has been so much nicer, so much easier to get to the club, and now I live close to basically most of the girls in the team, which has been so much fun.
And do you have any hidden talents?
Oh, I can juggle. That's
How
probably
did
as far as it goes.
how did juggling come about?
I just tried it once. I reckon at like high school when just trying a few things. Yeah, just gave it a go and came pretty naturally.
And do you have a favourite professional sports team, non-AFL?
Ooh. I do follow a little bit of the basketball. I do watch some of the WNBL. Um, and yeah, just the Melbourne teams like Southside or Geelong was pretty good in the season just gone.
And just finally as well, who from your team would you trust to kick for goal with the game on the line?
Ooh, that's a good one. Um, I'm gonna say Maddie P. I think her kick is just like she just hits the target every time. So I wouldn't expect anything less. She'll hit the target in the goals.
Well, thank you so much, Steph, for joining me today, and all the best of luck with your rehab. And I can't wait to see you back out on the field, hopefully later this year.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. This was great. Yeah, thanks, Fletch.